afternoon or good morning, whatever time you're watching this. Today is an exciting one for me. I'm doing an unboxing, a proper unboxing of my PS5. And what I thought I'd start with is just a couple of things for the PS4. I had a PS4, I've literally just sold it about 10 minutes ago. But there are some things you might want to do. First of all, is if you want to transfer your games and some of your apps and things across carbon copy to your PS5, if you connect both to the same network, I've just read up on this, obviously I haven't done it yet, connect them both to the same network, log into your profile, and then connect them via an Ethernet cable, make it quicker, or just to the Wi-Fi, it will then come up on your PS5 and say, okay, transfer this all across. I mainly use discs for my games, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to plug the disc in whenever I need to and download the games that way. However, what I did want to do was transfer some of my saved game data, especially for things like GTA and things like that. So I just thought I'd quickly run through how you can easily do that. On your PS4, and there should be some instructions on screen now, you go across the settings, then you go to Application Save Data Management, and then it's called something like Save Data Storage. Again, it will be on screen, and then you'll have the choice to either upload to the PlayStation Cloud, or it's called something like that, or just copy to a USB device. I've chosen just to put it on my USB device, so just a USB stick. I can just plug that into my PS5, and I'll be able to download my saved game data that way. Secondly, before you sell your console, remember to factory reset it. And to do that, you need to go across the settings again, instructions on screen. Go down to something called initialization, and then just initialize your PS4. Click on full, and that'll wipe all your PlayStation back to day dot, and it will take off your login details and things like that. So that's a crucial one if you're going to sell your PS4. Just thought I'd start with that. So without further ado, a proper unboxing. I haven't touched it, and I thought it would be a bit more, I don't know, I can't think of the word, a bit more sincere. It's not quite the right word. But I just, I don't know what's coming, and if there are any little snags or things that you, the viewer, if you are watching, should be aware of, then we can discover that together now. So okay, so out of the box it comes. Big box, I might add. We have all heard it's quite big, my PlayStation 5. As you can see on the box, capable of 8K, 4K. It's got 825 gigs, I'm sure it does say it somewhere, gigabytes. Yeah, obviously in white. I don't know if they've done the black edition yet. I wish they had, but nevertheless, I just want to get my hands on one. So, let's crack on. Lay it down so it's easier for you to see. That's just my USB, nothing to do with the console. Right. Here we go. So, okay, so at the top, as you can see, just a couple of manuals and things. Probably going to go hardcore and not use them and just do it myself. My DualSense controller. There we go. Quite different to the last PlayStation one, but it does remind me of my Xbox 360, if any of you are 360 users, apart from obviously the, or Xbox One or whatever, the joystick was up there for that. But yeah, in terms of the feel, it's a lot more substantial, bigger. In fact, I've got one here. My PS4. This is still compatible with your PS5, so don't just get rid, because if you want to play two-player games, and you still need one. Bit bigger, definitely more substantial. Feels like an Xbox 360 controller to me, which is obviously absolutely fine. I actually preferred the Xbox 360 controller myself. Power outlet, exactly the same as the last PlayStation. HDMI cable, as you might expect. We've got the charging cable for your controller, and that's a USB-C. So if you've got a Android phone or a newer one nowadays, you'll have plenty of these lying around the house. So it's a USB-C connection. In here, this is all right at the top of the box. Bear with me a second. This is the stand for the PlayStation. You can rotate this to have it either flat or standing up. We'll discover how that works in due course. Right, here it comes. Wow, that's a big old unit. So, it's a shame I don't have my PlayStation 4 to compare the size, but I can tell you now, it's a lot heavier, to the point I cannot lift it up like that. It's so heavy. Well, I would be able to, but I'm worried it's going to break, so I don't want to demonstrate or for people to think I'm extremely weak. But yeah, it's quite heavy. I don't know the weight. I should have maybe looked that up, but as a normal adult male, I can tell you it's quite heavy compared to the last one. So here it is. I have got the disc edition. I'll just briefly explain why I've got the disc edition. This is because I don't want to be trapped in the PlayStation Store world, because when I wanted to buy GTA and it was about 5 years old, it was still $49.99 on PlayStation Store. Whereas I can go in on Facebook Marketplace, or I can go in game and I can get a used one for 20 quid or something. So I just don't want to limit myself with that and have all my games stored on the device, because games are getting bigger and bigger. At some point, my games will fill the device, and then I'll have to delete games all the time. Whereas if you've got a disc, there's less storage going onto the console itself. Well, I know it's a lot bigger this time around. Whilst I appreciate things like game and things might go down because everything's going digital, there'll still be Amazon there, and there'll still be people selling second hand. So I just prefer that. I quite like having the disc. Maybe I'm just old school. I don't know. So yeah, let's have a look at the console. So we have a classic USB. I can't remember what it's called now. Where I will be able to plug in my save game data into there. USB-C. You've got the eject for my disc, and you've got the power on button. Other than that, at the back you've got two other USB ports, which is good because I want to have my wireless headphones plugged into one. You've got the space for an Ethernet cable, your HDMI, and your power outlet. Very simple, very much like the last console. Obviously the last console had just the USBs at the front, but this has got one at the front, two at the back, total 3, plus your USB-C. I'm going to show you how to attach the stand to your PlayStation 5. Obviously, as we saw, it comes with the PlayStation. Not as simple as you might think. So first of all, I'm going to show you how to stand it up on its side. Now to do that, this angle must be like this, so off-center. So you don't want it straight, you want it off-center. Now, second thing I need to show you is we're at the back of the PlayStation, and here, right here, is a pattern of square, triangle, circle, X, etc., etc., in a pattern. What you want to do is you want to align these little end bits, clips, with the two squares at the end. So you want to grab the clips, line it up with the two squares, and it just hold it flat, push it down, and you can see now I've got the stand over the two squares. And then you just place it down, and there you have it. It doesn't really, it won't move, because obviously you just have it standing still. But that's how you do that bit. Now, stand it vertical was a bit more complicated if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't until about 5 minutes ago. So to take the stand off, you just sort of lift it up just unclips very easily. Now, on the bottom of the PlayStation is this little circle here. You just get your finger in, and you need to get that out. So the little hole. Don't lose this. Second thing you want to do, you want to get this, you want to put it straight, like so. At the back of the stand, you'll see a screw. This isn't screwed in, this is just laying in there. So you want to pull it out, like that. So you just sort of muddle your finger in there and you'll be able to pull it out. You won't need to unscrew it, it's just laying in there. With the bit that you've just pulled off the console, this tiny little button, for safekeeping, you want to put it here. Like so. Now, this screw goes through this hole, and then you need to get the bottom of the PlayStation with the hole that that button just came out of, and you need to align this time the clips at the back of the console, and you just need to try and align it, which is not that easy. I think I was just making a bit of a mountain out of a molehill there, but once that's in and you screw it into that little hole, you probably want to get a screwdriver, tighten that up, and then I'm not going to do that now because I'm actually going to have it laying down, so I just want to demonstrate. So there you have it, and that would be it standing up with the stand. There you go. I've plugged the PlayStation 5 in. It's actually a real big unit. Don't know if you just want to film down there a second. I've got a Wii in there, ignore that mess, but you can just see the size difference. I know the Wii's small, but that struggled to fit in there, and that's what a VCR would have got in there comfortably. So it is quite big. I am going to get started. I just thought quickly, I'm just feeling the controller now, and these bits down here are quite sharp. I can imagine if, like, they're quite ridged edges, like, it's not smooth. I can imagine if you catch it or drop it, or if you're angry with FIFA or something, they're going to break easy. I don't know that for sure. They might be very robust, but it feels like they could chip. So just try and calm yourselves. Do need to plug it in to get going. As you know, in order for the controller to work, you need to plug this in first and then press the PlayStation button. You can't just press the PlayStation button on the console, but here we go. So I did just plug in the PlayStation. I pressed the PlayStation button. I thought it would turn the console on, but I think I actually do have to press the button. And this time it is a button. It's not a, like a touch thing like it was on the PlayStation. You sort of hover your finger over it, kind of touch it, kind of not, sort of thing. It's a button. We've gone classic. You can see the lights on my controller are lighting up. I haven't got the TV on, and that's a sin. So quickly get that on. So, just turned it on. As you can see, it's asking me to put the cable in. I've already got it in. Very Blue Peter, something I prepared earlier. Press the button, there we go. English United Kingdom. Yes. Okay, the circle should fill the screen. Okay. Until the brightness symbol is barely visible. Adjust seconds, brightness again barely visible. If you have a game disc, insert it now and install it while you continue setup. Now, here's something crucial that some of you might not know. With FIFA 21, it came with like a free upgrade to. Oh my god! This goes to Tsushima. For a moment there, I thought I'd lost it. I've just retrieved it. It was in Mario Kart. I don't normally do that. I normally keep them all in their correct cases. I'm a bit disappointed in myself. Anyway, it comes with a free upgrade to PS5. Now, when I put this in, it's going to start to install the game, but this will be the PS4 version, unfortunately. The PS5 a version of FIFA 21 is not out until the 4th of December. So I actually don't have a PS5 game, which is a shame, apart from the one that comes free with it. And I know that PlayStation are letting us download some games for free as well. We might explore that in a bit, but I just wanted to make you aware in case you thought you were going to have FIFA 21 on the next generation console straight away. You don't. Let's slide that in there. Yay! Okay. So, we'll now install it. Okay. Control amount of power consumed and features that your PS5 can use. Allows you to apply something. I think I'll go for the optimized experience. I agree to that. Continue, okay. Now I have a LAN cable in. I'm not connecting it to Wi-Fi as such because it's directly into my router. I prefer that because it's less likely you're going to lose connection and be quicker. So, just restarted. It's going to do an update. Again, this is the first time I've obviously turned it on. You saw me unbox it, so this is all live. So apologies if some of it is a bit dull and you know, non informative. I can't think of a word, but this is real time installing your PS5. Console's just gone a nice blue. I don't know if you can see it in there. I wish I'd got the Wii out, it was messy. But yeah, we're installing. We'll come back once that's installed, shall we?
Okay.
So it's 100% now. That took about 45 seconds, if that. Console's making a bit of a whirring sound. It's not silent, but it's what you'd expect. Nothing too loud, nothing too quiet. Goldilocks, if you will. Just right. There we go. Press the PlayStation button. Move with pleasure. Okay, another update. Oh. Astro Playroom just said it's been added to the downloads in the top corner there. I think we just missed it. But that second update took about 30 seconds. So these updates are really quick. I do need to sign in with my credentials, so I shall see you shortly. It does give me the... So that's my dad just missed me. It does give me the option to, instead of logging in with the controller and entering my email address, etc., it's given me the option to put a QR code in. Very NHS track and trace. So let's have a go. Yeah, click the button. So just open your normal camera if you're not used to doing that. And just hover over the image and it will come up with a link to the internet. Okay, console found, PlayStation 5. That's what it says. Okay. And it just says you've signed in. Oh, look at that! It literally took a second. It's saying adjust my privacy settings. So I'm going to go team player. Okay, apply. Click confirm. Yeah. Once you put your two-step verification credentials through, so your phone number or however you choose to do it, you then put the code in that you get the text from, and then this screen comes up and goes, here's all these codes that we've got that you might need for future use, and just sort of random combinations of letters and numbers. I've taken a photo of it. I think that's a little bit odd, and then you have to tick a box to say I've recorded these, and then click done. I've not come across anything like that before, but nevertheless, the show must go on. Okay. Choose media apps that you want to listen to. I don't want Disney Plus. I don't want Now TV. Don't want. I'll have Apple TV. Yeah. I don't have Apple though, so I'll get rid of that. Always download that later. Okay, quickly finish configuring your PS5 by bringing over your users, games and save data from your PS4. I'll do this later because I don't want to do that as I mentioned earlier. I've got my save game data on my USB. Okay, here we go. Wunderbar. So very similar layout as you might expect to the PS4 and PS3 and PSP and PSX if you know your PlayStation history. So yeah, I suppose the only other thing I wanted to mention quickly was the free games that are available on launch. So we'll just go and have a look at the PlayStation Store. Okay, it doesn't load up like, it doesn't go to a different screen like it did. That was instant. That was crazy. So I'm a PlayStation Plus member, so maybe we should go in there. Right. Exclusive to PS Plus on PS5. View all. Wow. So I think all these games I can have as part of the PlayStation 5 launch, which is really generous. So yeah, you can see them all here. God of War, Crash Bandicoot, Mortal Kombat, Fallout, Final Fantasy, Battlefield, etc, etc, etc. Call of Duty, Days Gone. Some of these are quite new games as well. Last of Us Remastered. That's great. Lastly, I say lastly, unless I think it's someone else, we'll have a look at this Astro room. So, I was interested to see how quick everything loads. It's meant to be all instant now, isn't it? Get into the game. But obviously it's going to have a bit of an introduction, unfortunately. The controller in my hands right now, because this is the DualSense controller. Alexa, mute the TV. You can hear all sorts going on, and I can feel different things at different parts of the controller. I can feel things at the bottom, at the top. I can feel like someone running, and it's like hitting my palm at different points. Yes, I know the last controller made sounds and stuff, but this is weird. Right, press any button. Okay, the DualSense experience. It's really quite shocking. It's good. Alexa, unmute the TV. Oh look, some history of the old PlayStation. A bit of nostalgia. Unfortunately, as a viewer, you don't get to experience this, but it's crazy. The adaptive triggers, so I can feel it's. That is so weird. So I can feel like it's quite hard to push, and then it's going like letting me do it. So it's like I don't know. It feels like if you were to pull a trigger on a gun or I don't know, paintball or something, it'll be quite taut, and then it will go. The adaptive triggers will adapt to whatever game you're playing. So I imagine if you're having to do something where you have to pull yourself off a rope or something, you'll have to press it hard and things like that. Just a bit more of an interactive experience. But yeah, we'll just go through the controller. Obviously we had this before, the touchpad. But this isn't new. Try and draw a light tick. Can't. And lastly, motion sensor. So as I was feeling before, I can feel different things in the controller, and it's a bit like a Wii. Crazy. Obviously, I know we had this stuff before, but I don't know. It's nice to utilise it. A microphone actually in the controller itself, so you won't need to plug in for that. That's interesting. Just saying, aren't Well, I think this ends the video here, I'm sure. But it's a free game, like I say. Way! I didn't know I could do that, but I chanced it. But yeah, it's a bit like a Rayman or something in 3D. But yeah, that was my PS5 box opening. Probably went on a bit longer than I anticipated, but there were just lots of things. Should I find anything exciting, I might upload another video. But until next time, thank you.